In this episode we continue our journey on the River Thames heading west, going upstream towards Lechlade. In this episode we start off by leaving our moorings at Hampton Court Palace. We pass through Sunbury Lock, Thames Meadow, down the Daresbury Channel and end up mooring up on the River Way just off the River Thames. Good morning everyone, and it's another morning on the River Thames. And what a beautiful morning. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. We're heading down, I forget where Tony said we were going, because as you know we're travelling in company with Tony and Jan on their boat as well, called The Boat. And we're just going to go and do the services, fill up with water, etc, etc. And then there's a couple of locks today, I think he said, and then we are going to find a mooring. But we're currently just going past Hampton Court Palace. That's a big place.
We had a peek through the gates, didn't we?
Yeah, we had a little peek through the wrought iron gates. It's like prison bars, but it's a beautiful place. I did manage to get a little bit of drone shot, so we'll see that as well. While putting this video together, I discovered that I'd lost all my video files for this section of the river, from Teddington to Runnymede. Fortunately, I managed to restore the footages, the videos from my mobile phone. However, all the GoPro footage from the bow and my Pocket DJI,
as usual on most of our cruises, after a short start, we are now in our first lock of the day, and this being Moseley Lock, and we're going to call in on the services just after this one. Excuse the camera wobbling, I'm trying to hold the boat with the centre line and stop her moving backwards. It's a huge lock, this one. There we go. The trouble is, I don't know where to point the camera first. There's so much to see. It's amazing.
This impressive boat is that called Astoria, and it's been used for a number of Pink Floyd's projects, as well as many of Dave Gilmour's own. She was built in 1911 for impresario Fred Carno, and she was adapted as a recording studio in the 80s by new owner Pink Floyd guitarist Dave Gilmour.
So I don't have to worry about where I'm steering at the moment.
That's the beauty, isn't it?
Well, we really can't ask for better cruising than this, can we, eh? It's absolutely amazing, and the properties along the side of the canal bank, the river banks. Whoa!
We've tried to record a few for you.
Yeah, like I said before, I just don't know where to point the camera. No. There is so much to see and video. I think the vlogs are going to be feature-length films.
To be continued.
To be continued several times. Yes, it's beautiful here, I've got to say. Now in our second lock of the day, and this is Sunbury Lock, and unlike the other one which was self-service, we do have a lockie on this one helping us out, so that's rather nice. There's Jan waving off there in the distance. Bless her. We have now turned off the main channel and we're going down the Daresbury Cut. There are some moorings down here, and we're going to see if we can get a mooring here. The main channel is off to the left as you're looking at it, and behind these trees behind me.
Shortly after the Daresbury Arm, we managed to find a 24-hour free mooring opposite the Heybridge Mariners Club on the River Wey, where we stopped for the night. The next morning we left our moorings on the River Wey and retraced our steps downstream back to Shepperton Marina, where we had a pump out and filled up with diesel. On our return, instead of taking the Daresbury Channel, we turned right and followed the old course of the river round the back of the island, returning back to the point where we started. From then we picked up Tony and Jan and carried on up the Thames, through Penton Hook Lock, past Belweir boats, and finishing off moored up outside Runnymede Park.
Good morning everyone, and yet another hot sunny morning.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful on the River Thames here at Shepperton. We've just backtracked from our mooring last night and gone into Shepperton Marina for a pump out, but we're filming now again because there's an alternative route we can take to get back to where we were last night, and we're going to go round that. It's round an island. So that should be fun. So enjoy today. So we're now cruising on the original course of the river, and it goes round in a big loop, and the Daresbury Cut joins either end of the loop, which is what we came through yesterday. But we thought, as we've got to go back to the same place, we'd go via this route instead. Certainly a fair old property there, and it must be someone pretty important because there's CCTV camera warning signs, keep out signs, and etc.
We'll go up there. Morning. Morning. Yes. We have got a clean heater. It's on.
Chertsey Lock, and did you see all the flowers there? It looked absolutely gorgeous. Quite impressed with it actually. Just going under the M3. Not too busy this morning by the look of it. You can hear traffic on it, but not as busy as I thought it would be. So there we go. That's lovely, the shelter of the sun. It's nice and cool under here. Is that a converted oil tank or a tank of some sort? But whatever. It looks absolutely delightful inside. So this is Penton Hook Lock, and again the flowers look really good. They do maintain the locks on here, I must admit, much better than Canal and River Trust do, that's for sure. It's Tony and Jan there in the boat. Certainly dreamland around here. Lottery money houses here. It's actually made Chris and I think a little bit about the future. And no, we know we can't afford a place like these around here, but we've been looking at some of those floating lodges, and that's sowing a seed in our minds about maybe getting one of them later on. It's just like a boathouse, and we're quite beginning to like that idea. in Belweir Lock, which is near Runnymede Park, where, if you know the English history, is where the Magna Carta was signed. So we might go and have a look at that later.
Left here, there's a man with bellies and hands sticking up. Register.
Oh, I can see it.
See it?
We have now stopped just past Runnymede Park on some 24-hour visitor moorings, but unfortunately, as you can see, there's some towpath upgrades going on, and there's a sign on the post just here saying that they are closed. So Tony and Jan have gone on further upstream to see if they can find a better mooring further up, and we think they may have. We're just waiting to hear from them.
A short while later we got a call on the radio from Tony to say they had found a better mooring spot further upriver. So with not much ado, we decided we would move on.
So there is an app that you can use on your phone. So, at least I can see him coming past now. We've come to the conclusion that Smudge has gone off us now. he's taken to Tony. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yes, I am.